Yes, I lost a game of chess to a monkey. So what? Hey buddy, it's been a while. I have not been making videos at all. Since the high fat thing, holy shit. I lost all motivation, I just stopped. I've made like one video in 2 weeks. It's crazy. So I want to talk about why I failed on the high fat diet. I've been eating high carb for almost 7 years now. And I've tried to do this high fat experiment probably 3 or 4 times. And it's failed each time, although I'll say each time my skin clears up, and that's what like motivates me to keep trying to make it work again. But always my digestion fails. It just stops. Constipation nation. And it sucks. So I have not been able to figure that out. I mean, it was better this time, and I'll tell you, it was good in the beginning when I was only eating avocados and olives, just the fatty fruits as my fats. When I started adding in the nuts and seeds, it was over. I was thinking to myself, if I have to eat avocados at every meal, this is not a sustainable diet. I mean, you need the nuts and seeds for variety. So it wasn't gonna work. It was doomed. The whole thing with the high fat diet, what I was going for was to get into ketosis, where my body switched from using fat as its main source of fuel instead of sugar. And it sounds like such a desirable state because we have tons of fat in our body. Even the skinniest person has at least like 30,000 calories of fat. I mean, so you can go so long without eating, and I did experience that. I could go 5 or 6 hours without eating and it was fine, whereas on the sugar, you need to kind of refill it every 3 or 4 hours. So I wanted to get into ketosis, and I did actually. I was in there. I was all up in that ketosis, and it felt weird. Like my breath started smelling like nail polish remover. And it was just bad news. Like I had no energy. I couldn't adapt to it. And it's such a weird thing. Like people say it's our natural state. If it was so natural, it wouldn't take like 2 months or 3 or 4 months to adapt to this so-called natural state. I mean, when you switch to high carb, usually you start feeling good within days. Like it's our natural way to eat. I mean, we use sugar. Your body knows how to use sugar. So for me, when I got into ketosis, I didn't feel good. And so I needed to add some sugar back just to have some energy, and then I would feel better again. But then it's just like, what am I doing? I'm using sugar as fuel now, but I'm hardly eating enough to do anything. So I'm like eating mostly fat and some sugar, and it was just a very odd thing to do after a while. And my digestion sucked, and just little things like my circulation was poor. Whenever I'd laid like this with my arms up here, I start to get tingly sensations in my fingers, and that goes away on high carb. Like, I don't know, the fat is just slodging me up. Slodge is a word. And like my ears would start getting more waxy and itchy, and one of the only benefits that remained was my skin looked great. It's still pretty good right now. I just started adding in more fruit and some starch, and hopefully it doesn't break out, but I mean, it was a failed experiment. And I wasn't making any YouTube videos because, like, I feel bad. I wanted to help you guys because I know a lot of you are struggling on high carb, and I struggle too with it. And so I wanted to have this alternative. It's like, well, if you're struggling on high carb, come try my high fat diet. Not mine. I didn't make it up. Lots of people are eating like that. And I couldn't make it work, and I wasn't making videos, and I was just like, what do I have to share now? What is my life all about? I have nothing to talk about now because I feel like crap. I can't make this work, and I got nothing. So it's nice to be returning to high carb again. I'm still gonna keep the fatty foods in, Probably like at the end of the day, I'll have some like fatty salad mixture, and I'll try to keep it a bit more balanced, because going too low fat is not good. I don't like the whole like 95-5 rule where 5% fat, like that's not enough. Maybe some people can do it in the tropics, but in Canada, you need some fat. So yeah, now my goal is to basically overcome the struggles I was having on high carb, like getting tired after meals and acne, and resolve those issues on high carb and bring to you what I learn. Because I always learn a lot. When I go to these high fat diets, I learn a lot. And even though it like seems like a failure, it didn't work, I learned like I'm allergic now to tomatoes and bell peppers, spinach. Like all these things make me itchy as hell. So like I'm writing them all down. Whenever I get itchy now, I know it's because of one food that I add in. I have a whole base of foods that I'm not reacting to at all. So, I mean, I learned all that on this high fat diet. Always experiment with your body, write down little things that you notice. That's the biggest thing. Keep a health journal. If you don't have one, you're kidding yourself. We can't remember everything. You gotta write things down. Like, what happened with my breakfast last week? Who knows? But if you wrote it down, oh shit, tomatoes make me itchy, damn it. You'll remember it if you write it down. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Share it with your friend. Just that one friend. Don't share it with more than one friend. Give it to Lucy. Tell her all about it. All right, thank you.